mai kako me luna mai I ras and found Iovo I ras Kahala. Finally, a nice early run. It's at Kahala though, so what's it gonna be like? We'll see. Alright, let's start in kids section. First thing we got in size 7Y. Pair of Jordan 1s, $46.99 with the patent leather on the heel. And then there's a few pairs of this Nike City. Two colorways, two different colorways. Got a 6Y, 7Y, both $39.99. And then up here, a second colorway, size 7. And I think this was a 5. Let's see. Size 5. And you can kind of see that the inventory is spilling out onto the little overhang floor area, but it's not too much that's actually super new. There's 1 and 2 pairs of these magenta Puma suedes, these kids dunks, and these kids Air Max 1s are still here. Wonder when they'll go on clearance. And I don't usually go this far down, but check out these tiny Jordan 1s. There's 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs. And then I'm not sure if these are actually 7s or there's something else. $34.99. There's 1 pair, 2 pairs, and another pair of tiny 1s. Okay, ladies large section. Starting in 10.5, got a pair of these North Face Effective shoes, trail shoes. And got a pair of Pegasus 2K5, size 9.5 for $50. And a pair of Adidas Break Starts for $37 in size 9. Not sure if I got these Vomero 17s on a previous visit. I think I did, size 6.5. And then there's a few pairs of Forces here. Size 9, size 9, size 9, all for $60. These aren't new colorways, but I think they're new arrivals at this store. And this pair of like Court Shot Elevates, what is this, United Victoria, okay, like a special edition court for $40. And these Puma RSXs have gone on clearance for $24.99. And I've noticed in this store there's kind of like an influx of blazer highs. What size would be? Size 8. Yep, got some more of those blazer highs up there. This is a nice find. Invincible Run 3. I'd like to find a pair in my size. This is a size 8 for $55. And some Hoka Arahi 7s, new colorway, $90, geez. And a couple more pairs of blazers in the small section. These are 5s. All right, starting off in the men's small sizes. These are actually a ladies pair though. Ladies 8, Nike City, $60. And then another pair in the wrong area, men's 9, some Court Visions, $44.99. Oh, it's a pretty cool find. Men's 10, pair of Vomero 5s for $64.99. And we're seeing some new colorways of the Adizero Electric. These are 9.5. And then got this white and gold pair in 10.5. Same price, $25. And then in that same section, we've got a couple pairs of triple black Superstars, size 10. And size 10.5. They're a little dinged up in the midsole though. Then we've got a few more pairs of those big Adidas boxing shoes. And more Adidas, whoa, size 14. Pair of Adidas Terex. Got some North Face flip-flops, size 12, $25. Interesting. All right, that was cool. That wasn't the worst. Yeah, the store's pretty well stocked, but there's not too many new arrivals coming in. All right, everyone, you're probably going to get a vault post in between the time that it takes to get this video out. I've got a conference to go to. So anyway, thank you for everything. Like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Mahalo. Aloha mai kako me vilina mai I Ross and found I avau I Ross al Moana. It's Con day 1. I didn't realize lunch break was so long, so let's take a look. All right, Adidas Zin censored size 8 for 40 bucks. And another pair of those Jaw 2s. These are size 8, a little bigger. Size 11 for some reason for 40 bucks. A pair of these Nike Interacts. Oh wow, size 14 Jaw 2s for 45 bucks. Not bad at all. Looks like they've either got just the really small sizes or really big sizes. All right, kids shoes, pair of Jordan 1s, size 7Y for 50 bucks. Ladies size 10, new colorway of these Forces for 62. And then those Infinity runs we saw at Kahala, these are 9.5 though. And some sort of Nike React shoe for 35, size 9. Huh. And some sort of Nikes with Air Zoom. They look kind of like the pickleball shoes, but they look like, the branding looks like some sort of soccer shoe for 45. Another pair of Invincible runs. These are size 9. And then, ooh, 7.5. Different colorway of the Invincible runs. This is nice. Maybe they'll start showing up. I doubled back to ladies large. I thought that these were maybe a pair of Invincibles. They're not. They're Revolutions. Absolute pandemonium, but it might just be a regular mall. Aloha mai kako me vilina mai I Ross and found I avau I Ross al Moana again. It's the last day of the conference, so I decided to come in and hunt before I go in. Let's check it out. All right, out here, slow season shopping. So first pair of NMDs in a sort of adult size I've seen in a while for 40 bucks, kind of like a Mexico colorway. Congrats to Mexico on their football win. And I don't usually highlight the Vans too much, but these are size 8, 25, not bad. And let's do a quick pivot to the bigger section. Size 12, got a pair of Adidas Centennials, 40 bucks, just like the NMDs. And then size 11, I'm not sure if I showed these Nike tennis shoes yet, but once you're there, $49.99. Alright, cool. There's a few things in the kids section today. Size 2 Immortalities. And there's a pair of Nike Uplifts for 3. But way further down, got 3 pairs of Air Max 95s. Oops, sorry. Okay, this one's size 7 for 49. Size 6. And another size 7. These will probably be gone in a matter of days. And then 6.5, got a pair of Nike Cities. I missed this the first time around. $36.99 for a pair of penny FOAMPOSITES. Ooh, size 7, 7Y. Oh. Okay, let's start off in the smaller ladies section. Some of these white and pink Forces that we saw at Kahala, I think it was. 60 bucks, size 6. And then for $43, size 6.5. These are not Waffles or Cortezes. I saw them on the site recently and I'm not sure what they're called. And size 9, I'm not sure what these are. $35 though. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what these are, but there's a few pairs today in the store. And then women's size 8 for 40 bucks. We've seen a pink sole version of these quartz recently, but there's now this teal sole version. All right, and before I get out of here, size 10 men's. These Dene SB Blazers, we've seen these at Kahala. And pair of Mac Attacks in size 9. These might be the ones I've seen before and they just resurfaced. Anyway, both of these are $44.99. And for 50 bucks, size 9.5, pair of North Face boots. All right, finally found something. Okay, well, lesson learned. All Moana, especially during the slow season, gotta come in the morning. All right, catch you on the next one. Aloha mai kako, me vilina mai I Ross and found Iovau I Ross, Waikiki. It's been a little bit since we've been here. Let's see if there's anything new. Okay, let's start in the men's large sections. Size 14, 60 bucks. Got a pair of these Zions, which we've seen. There's a lot of these Snoop Dogg Skechers. These are 32. There's a lot of pairs of crazy ones today. This is size 9. So it's kind of in the wrong section, but $44.99 for this one. Got a larger pair of the yellow crazy ones up there. And then size 13 pair of Sambas for 40 bucks, nice. And then got a more elaborate pair of these Snoop Dogg Skechers, size 14, $32.99. The paisley on the back. And silver pair of Pegasus 41s, $54.99, size 14. Okay, and for $44.99, size 12.5, pair of Nike Alley Oops. We've seen smaller version of these, but so I guess now we're going to the other end of the spectrum. Okay, another 12.5 pair of Alley Oops in the actual 12 section this time. And then there's a lot of LA Gear stuff. Shouts out to like 90s nostalgia. All of these LA Gear pairs are going for $14.99. And then we got a pair of 11.5 Mac Attacks in that Joker colorway, $44.99. And these are pretty cool. Size 10, the ZX 1K Boost 20 for 40 bucks. I like the fish scale patterning on the boost. And then size 10.5 for 40. Something called the Adidas Marathon Tech. Not familiar with this shoe. It's a nice clean colorway though. And then size 10.5, we've got a pair of GT Jump Academies. There's a few pairs of these out here today for 60 bucks. Yeah, lots of LA gear. Oh, looks like these Adafoam Climacools have gone on clearance for $20.99. Okay, and a couple more of those Jump Academies, one in 9.5. And this one is in size 9. And while I'm here in 9.5, I've been lugging these around. Found a nice pair of Vomero 5s in my size 9.5, $64.99. Kind of like this colorway. It's going to be a little hard to put something together around it, but you know. Okay, going down into the smaller sizes, another pair of GT Academy jumps. Another pair of these Paisley Snoop Dogg Skechers, 8.5, $32.99. And then for 70 bucks, 8.5 wide. However, this is a women's shoe, some DNs. And then size 8, we got a couple things. Got these white and Lakers colored crazy ones, $44.99. And some Oswegos for 40 bucks. This is a size 8, crazy colorway. And size 7 for 50 bucks, one of these tennis, pickleball, whatever shoes. And then size 6.5, got some SB Blazers. I think these Malors, now I've seen these Malors. Size 5.5. Got some Nike Vapor shoes for 50. Tennis action. And then up here, got a pair of Ultra Boosts for 40 bucks. Okay, kids section, let's check this out. Size 7, $46.99. Nice pair of TNs. There's 1, 2, and 3 pairs of Terminators for $42.99. Right next, 5.5Y for $50. Got a pair of these patent leather Jordan 1 lows. And then down here, $49.99, size 6 pair of Air Max 95s. And then one more pair of them in 7Y. Both pairs $49.99. And then looks like they've restocked the Adidas cleats. A couple pairs of Nike Cities. And then on the other end of the kids section, size 3 Immortalities for $36. A couple more pairs of the Terminators. And one more pair of Terminators. And size 4, a third pair of 95s. Nice. And then if we flip around, size 4, pair of Vomero 5s for $64.99. That's men's price. And one more pair of the Immortalities for $36.99. Okay, let's start in the larger women's section. Got some Wind Flows in size 11 for $42. And then we've seen this Air Force show up in other stores, but not in this size. These are 11s. And then down here we've got, actually I'm not really sure what, the Journey, Nike Journey, size 10. And haven't seen one of these in a while for $60. Women's 11.5, pair of Metcons. And in women's size 9, we've got 2 pairs. Oh, this is a 9.5 of these. Not quite sure what they are. Those ones that look like a cross between the Converse and the Waffle. All right, got a pair of Swift 3s, $42.99, size 9.5 ladies. So women's 9, I'm pretty sure we've already seen these V2Ks. I'm pretty sure I've already showed those, but also in ladies, size 9. I believe this is a pair of the V5 Runner. So we've seen these at Nord's, but here they are for $43. Okay, new colorway of the Pegasus 41, size 8.5 for $59 though. It's a little more expensive than the other Pegasus 41s. And then these Jitanides are still here for $60. I did sell the black cement ones yesterday, so I mean I could, but meh. Okay, ladies size 8 for $59.99. Pair of Dunk Highs. Nice. That's like what the Dunks were before the inflation hit. So maybe this is a pretty good sign. Got another pair of Dunk Highs in ladies 7. Is it the same price? Yep, same price. And ladies 6, $42.99. Another pair of Swift 3s, different colorway. And a couple things down here. Ladies 6.5, some Cortezes for $39.99. And a pair of Blazer Lows for $54.99, also in 6.5. A while ago there was an Air Max 1 with the same colorway. Interesting. All right, and that's all we got. I didn't end up getting those Vomeros, but that's how I wanted to end off the episode. Air Max 95s, Jordans, Dunks, Vomeros. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mahalo.